Hello, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I'm playing Cities in Motion 2. This is my second city. It's not the second one that I've ever played, but it's the second one that I've played recently. The first city that I had is too big, and my computer doesn't have enough memory. It runs out of memory trying to save the game. I've got 16 gigabytes of memory, and it's not enough, unfortunately. So, before I used to play the game for a while, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to make one game, keep on playing it over and over and over, and just keep on letting it grow. If I do something wrong, I'm just going to fix it. And that's the concept I've been using. Just play one game over and over and over, instead of starting over and over again with new maps. And the cities have been growing. This map I actually just started today or yesterday, I don't remember. And the reason why I started it was because my other city was too big. This one is going to have less bus routes. It's going to have less routes in general. And as you can see, there is a traffic jam over here. Traffic is, for whatever reason, trying to go up to here. And there's different ways of fixing it. One way is to build more roads that go into the downtown area. And the other thing I can do is build like a service road over here, which would certainly alleviate a lot of the traffic. And that's probably what I'm going to do. That's usually the first solution, is to build a service road. And the service road is going to divide the traffic between like express lanes and local traffic. So that through traffic is going to keep on going, and it won't be blocked by all these guys that are trying to cut ahead. Like if you look at what's going on here, the guys in the left lane are trying to cut over to the right lane, and it's blocking the traffic behind them. There's going to be no more of that. So I'm going to start by deleting this and restoring it to 4 lanes. It was 5 lanes. And I'm going to build a 2-lane service road, which is going to be probably 20 meters high, and it's going to go right over here. So basically, if they want to go anywhere, they're going to have to connect to this road that I just made. It's going to take a bit of work. I don't know if that's too high or not. Okay, so I removed one of the connections, and I have to restore it. There was a connection that came from here, and it went underneath. Like so. And then it connected to here. So we have one of the connections has been restored, although the road is currently not usable. And this road is going to have to replace this and this at the same time. So next will be this road. That road is going to go. It's going to just completely disappear from the face of the earth. And this will continue on to here. But now I have to add the part that I removed. Which will connect from here to here, like so. So that was pretty easy. However, again, this road receives no traffic yet. It's still not connected to the main road. So I'm going to remove this piece and remove this piece. I'm going to take this part and extend it 20 meters high. And then connect it here. I know it looks real funky. Looks really weird. And connect that lower road, which is over here, like so. So I've restored a lot of the connections, except for the fact that the road, people can't get onto the service road yet. They can only get off the service road. So I need to remove the on-ramp here and the off-ramp here will be removed. And I will continue this to there. Looks like it might be a little low. Well, I'm sure it's fine. And connect from here to here. Well, that looks really weird. Okay, so I'm going to remove this, do a connection from here Okay, I'm going to re-add the on-ramp and the off-ramp. Might be a little difficult. I might have to change the road in order to add that off-ramp. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it over. The problem is that the highway was designed by the game designers, and they made it elevated, really high. It's not, you know, it's too high. So to get down to the surface road it's a big slope, and it's too short of a distance to get from that height down to the surface road. So we need more of a distance to be able to do it. Oh, it was just there. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Not going to worry about the buildings that were destroyed. I'm sure this will connect at some point. We got a connection there. And now I just have to fix this one last segment, which is here. I'm going to restore this. Oh. I hope they're not uneven. They don't look uneven. They look the same. Okay, it was there in a moment. Come on, reconnect, please. I had the connection. That's weird. I had the connection. I saw it. Okay, so we got the connection back. We're going to remove these little tiny segments, and then I'm going to reconnect from here down to the lower level, around up to here. So that part is connected. We just got to come from here into here. It's possible that it wasn't down at the surface level. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try something. Let's see if we can make it across. That's not going to work. And that's not going to work. But that does. So just have to connect from here to here. Basically, I went under the ground is what I did. But only a little bit. And it won't make the connection because the slope is too steep. Well, at least we know what the problem is. So I'm going to remove this, try one more time. I'll start from here. And there we have the connection. Okay, so basically I've created a service road. And all the traffic that needs to get off and on is going to use the service road, and they will merge back into the main traffic at this location. Which means that if we have a traffic jam, it's going to happen right here at this intersection. And there's ways to alleviate it. I can make this thicker by adding an extra lane and remove a lane from here. So instead of 4 plus 2 going into 4, I can make it 3 and a 2 going into 5. And it looks like this traffic is moving smoothly on that off-ramp. This is actually eastbound traffic. But we really have to wait and see to determine if it really is working. Today is the weekend, so there's not going to be as much traffic. One of the things that you're going to notice is that this road over here underneath is not very efficient, considering the fact that it's a busy intersection. This road has a parking area. The dashed line denotes that it's parking along the side of the road. You can see over here there are 2 red vehicles that are parked on this road. And it has sidewalks. And what I can do is I can take this 4-lane road, which is actually 2 lanes plus 2 lanes of parking, and I can make it 6 lanes by removing the sidewalk. You just take that out and you put in a 6-lane road like so, no sidewalks. And now you have a higher capacity road. And I could also do the same on the other side. Okay, let's see how we're doing elsewhere. Okay, Sydney Opera House is doing pretty good. We've got a lot of cars parked at the Opera House. This seems like it's the beginning of a busy intersection over here. Okay, we got a little bit of a traffic holdup over here. This is where I'm starting to see a lot of traffic being held up, and I'm not really sure the best way to solve it, but for now I'm going to keep it the way it is. As you can see, I built this service road, and cars are lining up at the opportunity to take it. So there's still a traffic jam. It's just been moved to a different point on the map. And I'm going to have to figure out how to fix this. And one way to fix it is to obviously extend the service road. There's an off-ramp and an on-ramp. Here I can make them a part of that service road. And I could do a crossover. I can make it so that the people who are on the left side go underneath the highway and cross over to the right side without having to do it on the road. You know, I'll have like a little off-ramp and it crosses under and connects to the service road. That's one of the possibilities that I could make. And of course people might not use it, which sucks. Yeah, so this is definitely one of the busier areas that I'm going to have to fix. I think I could start by widening the road. This is a 4-lane road. I could easily make it into a 5-lane road. Take this piece out. Choose the 5-lane road, and there you have a 5-lane road. And do the same here. Put in a 5-lane road from here to here. Oh, well, that one, it won't let me build it. That is too bad. Hopefully it will let me restore the 4-lane road. No guarantees. No, it won't let me restore the 4-lane road. Okay, so I'm going to remove the on-ramp. It says the slope is too steep, which is absolute nonsense. The slope is not too steep. I will remove that. Try again with a 5-lane road from here to here. Okay, so we have a connection. I'm going to remove the stubs. And then I'm going to restore the off-ramp and the on-ramp. Like that. So we've got a wider road segment, and hopefully it'll restore some of the problems. I'm sorry, hopefully it will fix some of the problems. So another idea I have, I've got this service road here, which you can see is right here. I could extend it all the way to here. So what will happen is some of the traffic from here will go onto the main road and some of it will go on to the service road. And that seems like the ideal solution. However, I have to figure out the proper way to do all the connections. Never done a design like this before. But it is very interesting. It's probably what I'll have to do. Okay, so it looks pretty busy over here. You'll note that cars are getting off and getting back on. That's one of the problems that the game has, and it does do it sometimes. The cars will get on the off-ramp and then they'll get back on the on-ramp. It's one of the bugs in the game. So the best way to fix this is to widen the curve into a 3-lane road. And I think it's possible. So I will give it a shot. I'm going to have to remove this curve and this on-ramp. Hopefully a 3-lane road will fit over here. No guarantees. Looks like it did. Although it is kind of a tight fit. Now the question is, will we be able to reconnect that on-ramp? I don't know. It would have been nice. It would have been so nice if I could have connected that. Okay, so I guess I could do it like that and remove this little tiny piece and hopefully reconnect the 2-lane. And this should alleviate some of the traffic jams that I was experiencing. We'll have to wait and see. Go back to the Sydney Opera House. Everything looks a-okay. Traffic is moving along. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Everything is good. We're all happy. If there's a traffic jam, it will back up in the entire city eventually. The cars are slowly piling on. One of the things that you might notice here is it looks like the cars on the expressway are you've got the express lane and the local lane. It looks like the vehicles on the express lane are going faster than the ones on the local lane. And I'm not sure the reason why that happens, but it does happen. It's either because they're slowing down every time there's a junction, like an on-ramp or an off-ramp, or it could be because they haven't picked up speed yet, or for whatever reason, but that does occur. One thing you can do is you can place bus stops. You can use the highway for the bus to get around, and put the bus stops at all these little off-ramps. And then the bus will take the highway, get off the off-ramp, and then get back on. I wouldn't be able to do it at that particular intersection, but it would be able to do it at another one like this. And I have done that before, but I don't think I'm going to do it in this particular game. I'm trying to avoid using buses. I'm going to check the central roads. Looks good. Okay, so traffic is flowing. It is a Sunday, so we're not going to have traffic jams on a Sunday. Now here's a part of town that doesn't have good access to the highway. And obviously the density of these buildings is a lot smaller, so there's going to be less traffic, and they don't need to have that highway system. So I'm going to be looking at the area nearby. I'd like to fill in the space over here. Okay, so we've got a highway over here that cuts through into the city, but it's still not convenient for everybody. So I'm probably going to add another highway. The question is, should I just going all the way through doesn't make sense, because essentially the highway in this part of the city has to do with the on-ramps and the off-ramps. What I really need is an on-ramp and an off-ramp that feeds into the highway, not the highway cutting through the city, because they already have a lot of choices. Wow, there's a lot of vehicles lined up for that depot over there. Something I might have to... Well, it's a weekend. On the weekends, it doesn't matter. It's Monday through Friday. If it happens Monday through Friday, then it's a problem. So, if a vehicle leaves on a Friday and arrives on a Sunday, it might have trouble getting into the depot because the schedule on Saturday and Sunday is to run less vehicles, which means they're going to sit in the depot and block it. Okay, so I could build an extension over here to give access to the highway that would feed in around this area. And it doesn't matter if it goes over, doesn't matter which direction, if it goes through the residential area or not. This is the general area to do it. And it doesn't have to be that big either. Just so long as they get to the highway. So I'm thinking about the possibility of building one lane going one way, one lane going the other way, feeding it into the highway here. Or building more lanes over here. Yeah, then maybe that's what I should do. Because these houses over here could easily grow into being much larger buildings. So I'm going to build a better highway going along this avenue here. It's going to be perhaps at least 2 lanes and 2 lanes, or 3 lanes and 3 lanes, something like that. And it will have to start over here. And there's not a lot of room. Okay, so I'm going to start with a 2-lane expressway. I'm going to start it right here. You know what? I could do more. I'm going to make it 3 lanes. Could probably do more than that. And I'm going to extend it all the way across. Wow, it goes right up through. I'm going to extend it out to here, and I'm going to use, there's a 3-lane road on the right side, and I'm going to put it on that center lane. And the same with the other side. I'm going to start from the center lane, and I am going to build it back. And stop it right around here. It's possible that they might not connect at the same point. It's possible that one of them might connect to the road that I'm highlighting here, and the other one might connect over here. Obviously, because there's a limited amount of space. So I will start by taking a 2-lane road. I'm going to connect from over here and around and into here. And I'm going to try to make an on-ramp like this that connects onto here. It's going to be difficult, but for now I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm going to take this other road segment, and build it over here. So it connects into that road. I probably did this wrong. We're going to find out. I might have to do it again. If this doesn't connect, then I'll have to do it again. Okay, so I did do it wrong. I'm going to have to do it again. I have to remove this road. I'm going to build once again a 3-lane road. It's going to start around here. I'm going to build it up to here. I'm going to raise the height and build it over. Okay, I guess I'm not. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to build a connection from here to here. Works out fine. I'm going to build a connection from here to here using a pivot point like so. And I will lose some of the buildings, obviously. Okay, so we've got some of the connection done on one side. I'm going to go to the other side. Use the same building rules that I've always used. We're going to take the 3-lane road. It's not going to build straight across because of the monorail. So I'm going to build out to here. And then I'm going to build it up. And then let's see if we can go under. I'm going to build it out to here. And then I'm going to build well, it's not going to go under. And the reason why is because there's a hill. Oh, there's no hill. That's weird. Well, it's not going to build under. Let me try again. Oh, that's right, it's at 16. Yeah, 12 is too high. But 8 works. The question is, can I connect that to that? I don't know. The answer is no. Okay, so I'm going to have to go over. No choice. Okay, I may have done this wrong because it's all one continuous slope, which means it probably won't let me make a connection from here. Oh, it did. So it let me make that connection, which is really cool. And then I have to make a connection going from here to there. And hopefully it will let me make a connection from here to here. Oh, and it did. Cool. That was easy. Okay, now all I have to do is connect the highway to the appropriate place. This one needs to come from here. So it's going to connect 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be really difficult. It's going to be something like that. I'm going to connect this one first. They're both going to be difficult to do. None of them are going to be easy because right now, as you can see, it basically butts into the other one. So it's not going to work like that. I'm going to have to remove it. Wow, that's going to be really tall. Look at how tall that road is. Really the only way to do it unless you make a really wide circle. Okay, there's another way to do it. I'm doing this wrong. Now I see the error of my ways. This is going to go 1, 2. Ooh, it goes partially under. That is awesome. If I could connect that, I would be so happy. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so I'm going to take this and build it around. It's probably going to be better with a 2-lane road, so I'm going to switch it to a 2-lane road. And you want it to get up to 12 meters. That will also help completing the circle. And then, of course, up to 16. I'm going to try it with a 1-lane road. That's too bad it doesn't work. Wonder why. It should work fine. Okay, so we'll work on the other loop. Not enough space to build here. There's plenty of space to build here. I wonder if this is one of those, another one of those weird roads that you can't build no matter how hard you try. Yeah. This is another one of those freaky roads. The only way to fix it is to delete it and recreate it. And unfortunately, this happens sometimes. Obviously, it should be allowing me to build this road. I'm going to try to build a regular road just to make a little stub and see if it will connect. Nope. For it to not connect means that there's absolutely something wrong with that elevated road. I mean, it should make a connection. Oh, did it finally do it? Yeah, it did, but that's completely useless. I needed to connect before there. There is something wrong with this road. That is really weird. It's possible that the reason why is because the road is a giant gradual slope. And I'm going to remove the whole entire piece and replace it. And it should be at a 16-meter height. As far as I know. Okay, so the road is now replaced. Now I should be able to connect my loop. And that was very easy. Okay, so I have one connection. Now I'm going to make the other connection. Which will be from here to here. I had it before. Well, I will try with a one-lane road. Okay, so I suppose I'm going to have to remove this and start all over again. I'm going to try to do it with a 3-lane road. No connection. Okay. So I will make a stub. From here to here. I'm going to remove this section. I'm going to go back to the 3-lane road. I'm going to go under here to here. Go over. Well, what's important is that I made it to here. From here on out, I should be able to make the connection, no problem. The only problem is that I might not be able to reconnect this connection. Okay, so that connection was made. Now I'm going to make a loop from here. Not looking good. Okay, not a perfect loop, but it's a loop. And the road, even though it's 2-lane over here and over here, we can connect additional roads coming in when we need to from out here on the right. Okay, so I'm going to remove this little stub here, and I'm going to remove this little stub here. And I'm going to start adding on-ramps and off-ramps. So we'll have a little on-ramp here, and perhaps a little on-ramp here, and an off-ramp. And I use 2 lanes for my off-ramps and 1 lane for my on-ramps. Just a general rule. But I don't follow it that strictly. So we've got that taken care of on one side. I suppose somewhere in the middle I'm going to do the same. On-ramp. On-ramp. These people are going to be so happy. They love to be near the highway. They're all driving electric cars. No pollution. Okay, so I built an on-ramp and off-ramp in another area. And I want to make sure I've got as many connections as possible. So we have an issue here where we didn't complete all the connections. This right here, this road could do a loop and connect to here. We would lose some of the buildings. Okay, it's not allowing me to do it. So I will try again. 2-lane road. 16 meters. Goes over. Has to swing around plus come down in the height. I'm going to have more luck doing it with a one-lane road. I'm going to have to reset my game. I'm having graphical issues. And restarting the game will solve that problem. Okay, so we've got a little circle over here. I'm going to fix it though, I don't like it. Wow, look at that little curve. Okay, something like that. So we've got that connection. We only need one more connection, which will be over here for traffic that wants to get onto this road over here. Gonna be difficult. I'm probably gonna have to rebuild this. Or find another way. Okay, I'm going to rebuild this road. I'm going to use a one-lane road, so I increase the chance that I have compatibility. Okay, so that looks good, even though I lost the building. Something like that. Normally I would not build the extensions so long, but I'm okay with it this time. It was a very difficult build. Okay, there's no road under there. When we don't have a road, we won't be able to have buildings. So I'm going to build a 4-lane road going underneath, which will allow buildings to form in that unused space. A one-way road has to end somewhere. A two-way road, such as this one, does not. The cars can go to the end and turn around and come back. So this road is fine the way it is. Okay, so there's another highway. Unfortunately, you know, you've got to put a lot of road down. Just basically what you gain is one intersection. And of course another one over here. It's a lot of road to put down for one intersection. So if you're really smart, you probably want to put two intersections. I'm going to see if I can... Well, I don't think I need an intersection over here. Obviously, there's one right over here. It's not necessary to put another one down. Let's see how we're doing over here. Looking good. It's 4:30 a.m. Don't have tons of traffic. I'm okay with that. Let's see our busy station. Looking good. 190 people waiting at the monorail. Probably going to have to add more people on this train line right here. So I'm going to go to this metro. And I'm going to change the schedule to do it every minute. So I need to buy some more trains. And I am all set. You'll notice over here you get error messages, and I don't get a lot of error messages, and the reason why is because I developed the city properly. When I don't develop the city properly, you get tons of error messages. Let's see if the depot over here is backed up. It looks like it isn't, although it was before. It must have been a temporary problem. Oh, over here it kinda is. Yeah, it's backed up over here. Luckily, I can transfer these guys to a different depot. We have how many lines over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. One way to do it is to build a depot right next to it and just transfer the lines. I'm going to build a crossover over here. Line 1 and line 2. We got to turn these lines on. Yeah. That's definitely a problem. That shouldn't connect over there. So I'm going to go to the train. I'm going to make a single lane. And I know it might not make sense what I'm about to do. This isn't going to... Oh, it does work. Cross it over like this. And reconnect it somewhere along here. Okay, so I made one of the connections. But you want it to be automated. You don't want trains to take this route by mistake, because they'll still try and take it. You want them to take the crossover route, so I'm going to remove the track over here. Sorry, I hit my headphones. I'm going to remove this track and replace it with a singular track coming back, like so, which is going to guarantee that the trains will take the crossover. And you'll note that there's also a loop. The trains could go around the loop if they wanted to. So we'll see if that helps. There's the first train to take it. That should reduce some of the congestion. Let's see if we have another issue over here. It could be that these trains could line up and prevent other trains from entering the station, which would require a crossover. It's very simple. You just start from here. You go under here. which is negative 16. You come back and reconnect somewhere. Make sure that the connections are valid. That one looks good. That one looks good. Remove this. And then go here and restore the piece that was removed, which connects from here to here. Check to make sure the rail is still there. It looks good. And you can go here and turn all of your rail lines on. It might take a while for them to come on. I did turn them on. The game needs some time to recompute it. If the trains can't find the path, it'll give you a message saying so. But what's important is that we do have a crossover. So if trains on this line over here start backing up, it won't stop the other trains from getting into the station. There's a lot of trains over here. Look at all that. All waiting to get into that station. But the problem is, as you can see, only 10 out of 16 are running for line 1, 10 out of 14 for line 2. There's too many trains that haven't departed. I don't know the reason why, but for some reason they haven't departed yet. And I've seen it all at 100% and they don't depart. I don't understand the reason why. It makes no sense. But I'm sure it'll even out over time. And sometimes when they depart, there's only, let's say you've got line 4. At any given time, only one train should leave for line 4. But I've seen 2 before leave at the same time. You know, all of a sudden I see 2 line 4 trains come out of the station. A 4 just left, a 3 just left, a 1 just left, a 2 just left, another 1 just left. Why did a 1 leave and then a 2 and then a 1 right after? It makes no sense. It's too quick. It's not leave every 2 seconds. So there's something weird about the scheduling algorithm. Wow, there's a lot of trains waiting. Okay, so what's happening is you've got all these trains. I'll take line 3, for example. And it believes that there's 20 out of 19 out on the route, but there's probably 5 of them waiting to get into the station that aren't really on the route. And one of the possibilities is the schedule might be too aggressive. And because the schedule is too aggressive, it's sending out too many trains, and they're not returning fast enough. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 68. We're only supposed to have 5 spare trains. It makes no sense. There's something wrong with the way it queues up the trains. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it sit. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a big disaster. And I'll keep an eye on it. My new highway is getting some usage. Nothing major. This highway is not a thoroughfare. People don't need to use it. They're going to only people that are going to use it are the people that live in the local neighborhood. Being 3 lanes wide is kind of senseless right now. However, there is a possibility this is a highway that would be easy to extend from this area. These loops could easily be extended. The highway's easily going to further extend to the south over here, which is going to put more traffic on those roads. Okay, so there used to be traffic jams, sporadic traffic jams around on the map. I don't see any. Oh, well, I guess there's something going on over here. Right to get on the service road, we've got a backup of cars. And obviously this is going to happen. There's a lot of cars that want to get onto that service road. And let's see how it's doing on the other end. Another backup, and I widened that road. And I'm sure they're going as fast as they can. So for now, I'm going to keep an eye on that. As long as the traffic is moving, that's all that really matters. Got to figure out how to fix this. I know that if I extend the service road, it's just going to cause a backup somewhere else. But I'm probably going to have to do it. I'm probably going to make an extension over here. It's going to go from here won't be able to build it on this little road. It won't be permitted by the game. I would have to make some changes to the way this connects together in order to do it. Here's one way I could do it, obviously. Going to be a little weird. The other thing I could do is force all of this traffic to get onto that service road. Wow, that is building up. Got to split that road somehow. And no matter where you do it, there's going to be a problem at the merge. There will always be traffic jams at those merges. It's going to be a little complicated. I have an idea. I know how to lay it out. It just can't fit right now as it is. Okay, so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to delete this on-ramp and delete this little segment here. And I'm going to make a 2-lane road. Will go from here to here. Oh, this could work. Not perfect. And it's a crazy intersection. I'm going to remove this and rebuild it. Perhaps like that. And it would basically have to look like that. Remove this, remove that, remove that. Build this from here to here. Put this back. And there is one problem that's going to be very difficult to solve, and that is going to be the off-ramp that was removed. Because now the people from the main road won't be able to get to the off-ramp. And then build something that goes from here up to here. Like that. And like I said, this little off-ramp here, people from this main road can't get to it. Got to fix this little area here. Put this back into a 4-lane road. So now what's going to happen is the people that are coming from this underground road are going to take the service road. You can see they're starting to do it if it's more convenient for them. And it's going to in some way divide the traffic. Okay, so the people that want to get off on this off-ramp over here will still be able to do it from the main highway. They just have to use this service road and cross over into this crazy area. And I know there's going to be traffic jams over here. This is a crazy cross-section that would not be built in any real highway anywhere. But for now I'm going to leave it like that until I figure out the best way to merge the roads back together. Yeah, that's definitely a local road. Okay, I think I know what to do. I am going to take this and remove this, and I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to take this 4-lane road here and connect it to there. And then take perhaps a road from here and connect it up to here, even though obviously it's not going to work. I didn't expect that it would. But I'm going to try it like this and see what happens. So basically we're going to have the road, the traffic that's coming from the east-west road is going to take the service road. And hopefully it won't be that bad. I'm going to remove this and restore the 4-lane road. So now one of the issues is I've got this 4-lane road that goes into a 2-lane road, and it really doesn't make sense. So I might have to change that somehow. Maybe I'll turn this into a 3-lane road just for the sake of making it more logical. And hope for the best, and you know, keep an eye on this crazy roadway. There is a chance that I'm going to have a service road going all the way along the highway, all the way around the map. And it's probably going to have to be done because of issues with traffic. There's going to be more traffic as the game progresses. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. And don't forget to save your game.